What's going on, casual casters? You might have noticed a little bit of a theme in my last few videos. I've been doing a lot of videos on the ProFISHiency fishing line. I started out buying a lot of my fishing material at Walmart. And although I don't buy a lot at Walmart anymore, I do like to support my local tackle shops. I don't even buy that much online because I like to go and support my small local tackle shops. Just like Reggie's Freeport Fishing Tackle and Market down by Delta Shores there. However, I still look every time I'm in Walmart because I found so many cool things before. I realize now that I've got all three ProFISHiency rods. I went to the website, they only make 3, so I figured why not give you a look at all 3 of their rods. So the first video I did a while back was a 7.6 heavy casting rod, right? They go ahead and talk about this being flipping, punching, swim baits, deep cranking, football jigs, big worms, Carolina rigs, right? If you see that in there. That's the 7.6 casting rod, which is this beauty right here. Don't mind me hitting the ceiling fan. I've got this paired with a Revo X Abu Garcia reel. They also have a 7'2" spinning reel, which I did a video on just recently. And here's that one right there, which I've got paired with an Abu Garcia Max Z. Now I paired this with such an inexpensive reel, although it works great, but I paired this with such an inexpensive reel because this is the least used fishing pole in my arsenal. Although it is on my boat every time because a drop shot is sometimes a technique that you have to go to catch the fish. But to be honest, it's my least favorite technique of fishing, so I don't use it that often, but let me tell you, when I do need it, this is one hell of a pole. So 7.2 spinning combination there. And they advertise this as doing shaky heads, wacky worms, small crankbaits, casting drop shots, Ned rigs, and Neko rigs. I use this, like I said, mainly for drop shots, but I do use it for wacky worms and shaky heads. So they're right on the mark with what they're saying that this one's good for. The 7.2 spinning. It is a medium heavy, which to me is important because the medium, that's kind of the standard when you talk about spinning reels and wanting to do wacky worms and drop shots and Ned rigs, is that a medium is what you need. To me, I fish a lot of heavy vegetation lakes and ponds, and the medium is just doesn't have enough backbone to drag it along the bottom and get it through all those weeds. I need a medium heavy to go ahead and pop it out of those weeds. So that's why I love that rod, to be honest, because it's a 7.2 medium heavy. It's so hard to find a good medium heavy rod on the shelf at a retailer. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone makes one, but typically because it's such a standard, you see a lot of mediums. 6'10", 6'6", 7 foot medium. That's what you see on the shelf at a lot of big box retailers. And then the most recent addition to my arsenal is the 7.2 casting rod. So this is a medium heavy rod. It is this one right here. You can see it's so new that the grips haven't been discolored yet, right? I haven't fished with them yet. But just like each of the other one, it's a 30-ton carbon rod. It's got the split cork handles and that same true timber blue, I don't know, it's kind of like a granite look to me more than a camo, but it's a really cool look. But this is a medium heavy, so a 7'2" medium heavy all-purpose rod. In fact, it even says that on the handle, and I don't know if you can see, it says lure usage all-purpose, right? So there's no point in going ahead and saying what it does best because it does everything good. I will go ahead and use that for Texas rigs, weighted Texas rigs. I'll use it for spinner baits. I'll use it for small swim baits. I specifically use it for lipless crankbaits. I mean, that's what they mean by all-purpose. You can do moving baits. You can do light plastics. You can do even frogging on that rod, although it won't be my frogging rod. But if you don't have heavy mats and heavy vegetation, and you're just trying to cruise the shoreline or near and around the reeds, but not in them. You could use that to do some topwater frogging too. You could do jerk baiting, poppers with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are more specific rods to do most of those techniques perfectly, but that one does them all well. So once again, this is the entire ProFISHiency lineup when it comes to the Elite Pro Series. I'm very happy to have owned all three of them, and they are on my boat with me every time I go fishing, all three of them now. I mean, to be honest, when you take a look at this rod right here, I'm gonna go off frame real quick, but I'll leave it in frame, and I'm gonna grab two others. But again, if you go to ProFISHiency's website, these are $99.99, the rods. If you go to Walmart, because of the deal they have with them and Walmart's buying power, you're gonna get them for just under $80 at $78.99. You take a look at this compared to a St. Croix Bass X right here. This is a $109, basically $110 rod. If you take a look at this compared to a Dobbins Fury, again another $110 rod. I fished with them both, not just feeling in my hand, and they are both just as sensitive as each other. I mean, to be honest, against all three of them, if I had to say which one was the most sensitive, I might tell you the Dobbins Fury. I might. But I would probably retract that statement because I don't know that I'm basing that on fact. All three of them are really sensitive, which maybe that's a topic for another video because I've got a couple other rods like the Shimano Intenza and the Phoenix Maxim that are all in this $100 to $150 price range. Maybe I'll make a video on the differences in all of those. But to be honest, a little bit of a spoiler alert on that video. Once you get to that $110 to the $200 price point, they're all just about the same, really. It's just going to depend on comfort in your hand. When it comes to feel, they're all just about the same. So when you're buying them, put them in your hand. Most importantly, put the rod on the reel that you're going to use with it, because if you don't have the right reel and rod combination, you're not going to be happy with either of them. So, and different rods pair with different reels, and more importantly, different people will feel more comfortable with different reels paired on different rods. So there is no perfect combination for me that is the perfect combination for you. Even though they're going to feel the same and they're going to catch the same fish, it's a confidence, it's a comfort thing. So if you're comfortable and confident with it and you know it's a good spec'd reel and rod, that's going to be the perfect one for you versus the perfect one for me. I'm a true believer. That's why some people can catch, some people tell you, hey, I catch things with spinner baits all the time. And some people say, I never fish a spinner bait because whenever I do, I don't catch it. What that is confidence. That one person caught one with the spinner bait first and then never put it down, so he only catches them with spinner baits. Someone else fished with it first, thought it was junk because they fished with it for an hour and couldn't get it to work. So it's all confidence. It's all about how you use it, right? So same thing with the rod and reel. So I really hope that helped, guys. But the point of this video is to show you that you can get at Walmart, you can get a really good quality rod off their shelf that competes with a Dobbins Fury, a St. Croix Bass X, a Phoenix Maxim, a Shimano Intenza. It hangs right in there with them, if not does the exact same job. You don't have to go break the bank. You can go ahead and get a great rod off the shelf at Walmart with this ProFISHiency line. All right, thanks guys.